Welcome to the Friday Fenix, the only news show in the world, except for all the other ones. In our top story this week, we learned that Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, knows how to exchange more than 2,000 text messages, but not how to erase any of them. We also learned that Energy Secretary Rick Perry signs his name on his texts. But my favorite part was when Marjorie Taylor Greene said that the president should declare martial law. When pressed further, she specified that she meant Marshall Mathers Law and would be sponsoring a bill that would require the real Slim Shady to please stand up. You know, I'm terrified that these were some of the wildly out-of-touch idiots that were in charge of running the country, but silver lining, I'm really glad that these were some of the wildly out-of-touch idiots running the insurrection. The other big news this week is that Elon Musk is buying Twitter. Tesla's share price dropped hard and fast after Musk announced the purchase. Apparently, the shareholders of the company that makes cars that sometimes have massive safety issues is worried about what might happen if their CEO gets distracted by his shiny new thing like social media, or space, or digging tunnels, or hyperloops, or neural implants, or Dogecoin. Fellas spread a little thin is all I'm saying. Many are wondering if the purchase means that Donald Trump will be allowed back on Twitter. But don't worry. Trump says he'll stick to Truth Social instead of rejoining Twitter if he's ever allowed. However, also remember that Trump is a chronic liar, so we should totally expect to see him back on Twitter 2 weeks after the sale closes, belching conspiracy-laden diatribes from the toilet at 3 a.m. But here's what I don't get. Trump has only posted on Truth Social one time. The guy created an entire company out of sheer spite and then didn't even use it. Do you know how successful that company could be if he would just post one thing every day? And he can't even do that. And they say Democrats are the ones that are good at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Oh man, they are super good at that though. In other Trump news, the former president said in a deposition that he was worried about getting killed by people throwing tomatoes at him. I mean, if Vladimir Putin is serving you a tomato and you're a journalist that's been critical of his regime, then that tomato could kill you, but just a regular tomato hitting you in the head? Bitch, I once gave birth to a 9-pound baby. I dare tomatoes to try and fuck with me. Madison Cawthorn got in trouble for carrying a gun through the airport for a second time. Turns out he left his real luggage back at a coke orgy. He faces a pretty severe punishment of having to pinky promise never ever to do it again. Perhaps someone could try arresting him? Isn't that what we're supposed to do with crimes? Arrest people? Hello, party of law and order? While we're at it, could the paddy wagon swing by and pick up a certain former president? Roger Stone, who was created when the blue fairy turned white privilege into a real boy, claims he has been talking to God, and apparently the big guy wants Mitt Romney out of the Senate. Then fucking hit him with a bolt of lightning. Do I have to do everything around here? An activist has asked school districts in Florida to ban the Bible because of its references to murder, immorality, and fornication. Oh, so this is why God is talking to Roger Stone. They have so much in common. A Republican state representative is suing to have Let's Go Brandon included with his name on the ballot. In a related story, the UN released another We're All on the Brink of Extinction climate report this week. But sure, let me hear more about why you're wasting taxpayer money on your fun little catchphrase. A Texas judge says that Disney World should just move to Texas so they don't have to deal with the Florida government shenanigans. Guys, listen to me. I'm going to need you to keep Disney World right where it is, okay? I have the perfect excuse to not go there ever because it's in another time zone, and if it comes here, then I gotta stand in line for 3 hours for something called Jafar's Magic Carpet Ride, and there's not a big enough flask in the world. Stay put. 20% of all the container ships in the world are stuck in ports right now. The guy who drove that big boat sideways in the Suez Canal said, quote, "Don't look at me, I'm not even allowed to sail a toy boat across a puddle anymore." Nike's new NFT sneakers, which are actually pictures of shoes and not shoes that you can wear on your feet, are selling for over $100,000. That's why the Friday Fenix is now launching its own line of fake shoes, the Fenix Flyers. Bidding starts at $300,000, guys. Come on, Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Real ones, not whatever this crap is. Over in entertainment news, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian, aka Kim P, Kimvitson, or Skeet Dashian, had a date night by showing up at the Kennedy Center. And that's the only news I've heard about that event. Oh wait, I think Jon Stewart maybe won some kind of award there. Also in entertainment news, Joe Exotic is engaged, you guys. It's no surprise someone wanted to scoop him up since he's the total package. Terrible hairdo, incredibly bad track record with his former husbands, currently incarcerated. Why, there must have been a line around the cell to court him. A woman has married her cat to avoid her landlord's pet ban. The happy couple are registered at TidyCat and have also expressed specific interest in a first edition copy of Understanding a Lease Agreement for Dummies. Oh, hold on, this just in. The woman is splitting up with the cat because all it does is sit around all day eating, shitting, and licking its balls. And finally tonight, an Alabama man has filed a lawsuit over Country Time lemonade, saying the packaging is incorrect about how much each canister makes. So this is the thing you're outraged enough about to bring a class action lawsuit. Lemonade. You want justice for powdered lemonade. Sir, you are 2 quarts shy of a gallon. That wraps up this week's episode of the Friday Phoenix. Join us next week because there's always more news to peruse.
Yeah.